Old BG, old WNBA star Brittney Griner pled guilty today to having weed on her, Dan. She said she was guilty. However, she's not placing the blame or not taking the blame for it. It's a weird statement she made after that.
Is that like nolo contendere in the United States? I don't really know much about
Russian law. I don't either. But she's saying Brittney Griner pled guilty to charges in a Russian courtroom as the wrangling over the basketball star's fate shifted increasingly to the diplomatic arena. A daunting prospect for Mrs. Griner's supporters amid America's rift with Moscow over the war in Ukraine. Appearing before a judge on the second day of her trial, Brittney Griner said she had unintentionally carried a banned substance into the country because she had packed in a hurry. The Russian authorities say they found vape cartridges with 0.7 grams of cannabis oil in her luggage when she arrived there to play basketball in February. She said, "I'd like to plead guilty, Your Honor, but there was no intent." That's what it is. I didn't want to break the law. I don't really understand that statement.
Well, it means that, like, so I don't know where she lives full time, but there's plenty of states in the U.S. where that's not a problem to have a vape pen with weed in it. So
right.
I think what she meant was that she forgot to take it out of her bag or something, is what she's saying.
Okay.
Which is, that's probably true.
Yeah, probably true.
I mean, she doesn't seem like a moron, so I doubt she was like, I'm going to smuggle drugs into Russia.
No, and I wanted to ask you, how much is 0.7 grams of cannabis oil?
About a week.
About a week's worth of weed? Okay.
Depends on the person. But yeah, I mean, so the shorter ones are about 0.5 grams and the taller ones are 1 gram.
Oh, shit.
So she probably had a 1 gram cartridge that was a quarter missing.
Okay. I
don't think they sell 0.7 gram carts, do they?
No.
I've never heard of that before.
I don't think so. Georgia, our resident drug expert, what do you got? He's shaking his head no. He's going with a no-go on this one.
I think he was just having a seizure.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
There are some boutique brands that'll do some obscure weights like that.
I'm not
like
interested
some
in that.
0.7, like for some pre-made stuff, some disposable cartridges you may be getting at a random weight like that.
Gotcha.
Usually the smaller half grams lasts better.
All right.
They'll get burnt up as quickly.
All right.
Maybe she smoked most of a gram, wanted to keep it with her, forgot about it, and now it's in her bag.
I just think, man, look, a lot of people use weed to sleep. We've got a great weed company on this show, Diet Smoke, that we work with. And I understand it. Like, dude, taking, like my jam is only like 10 milligrams. I can't go past that. I'm not I can't get into like 150 milligrams like these fucking guys. I can't do it. You can smoke all goddamn day. And I
smoke, yeah, but I don't take edibles much.
Yeah. But with that, with Brittney Griner, if you got 0.7 grams on you, probably she's smoking it for, joints and sleep or whatever it is. And when I say joints, I mean actual joints inside your body, not rolled. But the interesting thing about this to me is she did admit she was guilty and say that she had it on her. So people online today are kind of debating back and forth of what to do with her at this point, because she did break the law in a foreign country.
Right.
Usually everybody pays the price for it. Now, 10 years seems a little excessive.
Yeah, that's stupid.
They haven't sentenced her yet, so we don't know what that is, but she's facing 10 years.
I feel she's been through plenty.
What is that? Let's see, February, so what is this?
About 150 days.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, there is talk inside the Biden camp there that they don't want to swap the Merchant of Death for her.
Right.
Because they think it'll be a bad move on top of, well, let's face it, everything that's collapsing under the Biden administration right now. They don't want another, the 80th black eye, I guess, this year.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do, Dan?
Well, I mean, if he had his wits about him in the first place, which he clearly doesn't, but also balls, he would do what Trump did with A$AP Rocky, which we found out this week from the Swedish government that Trump threatened them with a trade war if they didn't release A$AP Rocky.
Did he really?
Yes, sir.
God damn it.
And you know what? I don't
love him.
I don't know A$AP. I know his music, but I don't know if he's even a good person or what his politics are or anything like that, but that's pretty much how an American president should react.
Right.
When one of our people gets fucked with.
Yeah.
I don't particularly care for
Brittney Griner?
for Griner's stances on a lot of things or her kneeling on a lot of things, I guess is more appropriate, but, it is what it is. I talked about it last week, that idea of civis romanus, like you fuck with one of our citizens, there's going to be hell to pay.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to be said for that.
There is. So what do they do? She walked into court. Bob, I don't know if you can bring this up, but she was holding a folder. Now, on the outside of the folder, when I watched her walk in, there was a picture of her in her basketball uniform and then a picture of her wife on the outside of this folder. And they couldn't decipher what the message meant, but clearly it was facing camera and it was very intentional. If you can pull it up on screen there, it's super odd because it looks like it was kind of just Xeroxed off and then pasted onto the outside of this folder.
Yeah, I've got the picture, but it's cropped. Let me find another one.
Sure. Yeah, because it's super strange, and obviously you're trying to send messages back and forth, but I'm sure Russia's got everything tapped. There it is right there. Yeah, zoom in on it real quick. There you go. Boom. So there's a picture of her in a basketball uniform and her wife. Now keep that video up, Bob. The outfit is also seems to be a choice as well by going Crenshaw and all red. I mean, that's Bloods. Is she in a fucking gang? Or was she just repping overseas?
She's a big fan of Dan Crenshaw.
Yeah, she's asking Dan Crenshaw to get this done.
She should have worn an
for
eye patch
Republicans,
instead. She should have worn an eye patch. That would have been a lot clearer than a fucking red tracksuit.
Kind of interesting that she's like bringing a picture of her wife to court. Russia
Yes.
notoriously.
Anti-gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what the message means. Everybody's trying to decipher it online today. I obviously have no idea, but the picture of her wife on there was from the interview that she did with Good Morning America, where she was pleading to get her back from the Biden administration.
Right.
Now, Brittney's also written a handwritten letter to Joe Biden in which he claims he has read it, and they're working on trying to
Well.
get her out of there.
He hasn't read it. Come on, man. The United States can be summarized in one word. Right? That dude didn't read shit. But, I don't like when people suffer unnecessarily. I think it's kind of silly, this whole thing.
Same, I do too. Wrong place, wrong time on this one, and you just happen to be in Russia right before a fucking war breaks out.
Yeah.
A lot of people online too on my fucking Twitter, I don't know about yours, were saying we should have more sympathy for her because she had to go and work over there. The WNBA players don't make as much as the men, and that's criminal. It's like, well, lower the fucking rims.
Well, how much was she making in Russia? Bob, can you find that out? Because a manager...
It's a great question, yeah.
A manager at McDonald's makes like $65,000 a year. She could have done that.
Yeah.
And she could hang all the way out that window, too, so cars don't have to get as close. Because she's really tall.
To hand them the food bags?
Yeah. Why not? It's good money.
It is good money. It's great money.
It's green and it's
I've
safe,
never-
too.
I-
You don't have to go to fucking Russia to do that. As a matter of fact, McDonald's left Russia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now she doesn't have that
So,
opportunity.
okay. So she makes over $1 million playing in Russia.
Holy shit,
You
for
do
real?
that every time. Yeah.
Yeah. She only makes $200,000 here. So, by the way,
Why
she
are you
doesn't-
playing in America then? Why play in America at all if you're the women?
But I mean, so she makes enough money here that she doesn't actually have to go work overseas, but she makes so much money overseas that I understand why she would
This
go work
isn't
over
like a
there.
Marshall Henderson situation where you have to go play basketball in Iraq.
Right.
That would be pretty funny.
Wow, $1 million over there. I didn't know that. Fucking A.
Good
What
for
are
her.
people bitching about then? Get the money.
The only thing you need to say to that person
Yeah.
when they're like, it's criminal that she has to work overseas, is then watch the fucking games.
yeah. Watch
God
it.
damn it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
watch the
I'm
games.
not doing that.
Nobody is.
You watch it. Like, she's not making the money because of you.
Yeah, you're
It's
not
just
watching.
It's not just because of me, it's because of you.
Yep.
Watch the fucking game or shut the fuck up.
I put one on the other night to see if maybe they've stepped it up or something. Not only have they not, but they're also cropping the camera angles so you can't see the crowd because there is none. And that's, I'm just like,
They
all
should
right.
just do the COVID bubble stuff and put
that's-
fucking cardboard cutouts in there.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
When I watched that game, it felt like a bubble NBA game where I was like, oh, well, shit, man, what are we doing? And who's paying for all this? I guess it's the NBA, right?
Yes,
You know
the
what?
NBA subsidizes it.
You don't even have to watch. You can do what we tell our softcore history listeners to do.
Yeah.
Just leave it on for the dog.
Yeah.
When you leave, just say, hey, Siri, or hey, Alexa, play softcore history.
Yeah.
And just get the fuck out.
And just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, play the WNBA.
Yeah.
Is there a WNBA podcast?
Probably.
I'm kidding.
Let's start one.
Could you imagine? We just get super fucking into it, dude.
I
Man, she
really,
had 3 layups last night.
to be
It
honest,
was amazing.
If we were in, if there was a team here in Austin, I would go to every game. Just
you?
like, it's, this is how American culture works since like 1965 or so,
Mm-hmm.
since right around Vietnam. We don't actually like things anymore. We just do everything ironically.
Yeah.
Like we all started calling each other bro to make fun of surfers, and now everybody calls everybody bro.
Yeah.
Like women call their boyfriends bro now. It's fucking stupid, and that's how we enjoy things now because it's funny. It gives
is.
you like. It used to be like super buttoned up and cool all the time. It's not cool to fucking like stuff. It's not cool to show your emotions and stuff. And now we've found a workaround, right? We've worked around our cynicism and our discomfort with expressing ourselves by doing things ironically, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Do it as a bit.
Yeah, do it as a bit,
Do it
and
as
then
a
it
bit.
becomes a thing at some point. I'll go to those WNBA games and fucking lose my mind. I'll have one of those foam fingers, except for it's obviously this instead of one.
Yeah,
It's like
obviously two in the pink. Yeah.
because they're
Sure.
fucking muff diving and blasting out clitoris.
Yeah.
Clitoris.
Yeah, I believe
Really?
that's the proper pronunciation.
I don't know. Just get shit faced, but not disrespectful. Don't be a dick about it. Just go to WNBA games and get fucking hammered.
Yeah.
But like super fan, like all the stats. I guarantee you, this group of fucking 5 dudes goes to a WNBA game and we know all the players just names, not even their stats.
Oh, yeah.
If we
10
just knew their
games.
names, like, hey, Sierra, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck?
Within 10 games, we're like, that's just our lives.
We're on ESPN every night after
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's not even ironic at that point.
No.
That's just us now.
That would
Yeah.
be dope as fuck.
What would the female team be here in Austin?
There
the
isn't
name?
one, but there's one in Dallas, right?
The Austin Weirds.
Stars, Dallas Stars.
I like the Austin
the bats.
Weirds.
The
where it's
she-bats.
Oh yeah, the bats from underneath Congress. Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, look, I guarantee you that is the cheapest beer you're going to get at any sporting event you ever
Yeah.
go to.
Yeah, they may be free, actually.